PayPal. I'll try and put the link in comment section below. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget you can subscribe. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. This is a hell of a fight. Chris Eubank Jr., as you know, campaigns mostly at 160 right now, but he was campaigning also at 168. He'll be coming down roughly 11 pounds if you consider 168 to 157, which is the catch weight this fight is happening at. Conor Benn will be coming up at 10 pounds from 147. So they're going to meet in the middle. Of course, Chris Eubank Jr. has been actually fighting at 160. This is a hell of a fight. But if you ask me from the get-go who I think is going to win this fight, it's going to be Chris Eubank Jr. A lot more experience than Conor Benn. He's been in a lot more bigger fights than Conor Benn. Conor Benn's only up and up. Conor Benn's going to be the smaller guy coming up in weight. And while that benefits him in that he doesn't have to worry about losing and cutting weight, if Chris Eubank Jr. does it correctly with the proper dietitian and so on, he should be able to cut weight and be, well, he was saying he would be 60%. I could see him as being, you have to be about 90% in a fight, you know, and stay in the 90s. So hopefully he can, he has a proper nutritionist to lose the weight to get down to 157. Remember, if you're losing weight and you have water mass, which is the most important thing, if you have water mass, you can lose that weight rather quickly. So it depends on what your nutrition is and how your workouts are. I think he can get all the way. He can squeeze down a couple, three more pounds out of his weight. I'm pretty sure he can do that. But he's going to have to sort of lean out a bit with his muscle mass. He's going to have to lean out a little bit with the rest of his body and build up a lot of water mass. And the way to do that, it's really simple. It means in your diet, you're using mostly proteins in your diet, lean proteins like fish, using a lot of vegetables, a lot more fruit, and you're just working out. You're doing your workouts. And he can lean all the way down to 157. I come down from 100, and I normally walk around about 185 pounds, and I leaned out all the way down to 140, and I am 5'10" and a half. Okay, so you can actually lose a lot of weight. It depends on how hard you're working out, how hard you're working your body, and you're not trying to lose all that weight all at once. Of course, you're going to build up what's called water mass. So you may look like you're walking around at 150, 160, but really, like me, I was walking around 162 or something like that. But when I lost my water weight, I went all the way down to 140. I lost like 20 something pounds just losing off of water mass. You know what I mean? So I can vacillate between 180 something pounds and 140 something pounds. I went as low as 120 something pounds, and I'm a 5'10" and a half guy. I went all the way down to 127 pounds. Of course, I wasn't very strong. I was doing mostly studies and stuff, so it didn't really matter. But and my activity rate was just phenomenal. I was like up a lot and burning out the clock, and just I get like 4 hours sleep, wake back up, and I was studying at the time. I had a lot of energy, but I wasn't, you know, obviously I didn't have enough mass to have the power that I usually have. But so Chris Eubank Jr. is going to trade in, I think, speed for some of his power. But I still think that he has a lot more experience. I've seen how beautifully he also boxed against his last opponent. I think it was Liam Williams, and, you know, dominated him, knocked him down multiple times, knocked him down in the final round multiple times. You know, I just think that Chris Eubank Jr. is too much, especially with Roy Jones Jr. training him for a Conor Benn. Conor Benn is going to learn a lot. Chris Eubank Jr. is going to school him. So basically, great. I mean, I gotta give Conor Benn this early in his career. But this is going to be a massive fight in the UK. This is going to be tremendous in the UK. You know, this is like the rivalry between Chris Eubank Jr. and Nigel Benn, Conor Benn's dad. And Conor Benn obviously has the fighting spirit. He looks very, very strong at welterweight. I'm sure he's a huge welterweight. So it's not too far of a reach for him to jump up and try and fight Chris Eubank Jr. But you got to understand there's a difference in weight. I mean, the weight is everything. I mean, even though Chris Eubank Jr. campaigns at 160 right now, so he's really losing effectively 3 pounds more. Now, can he dry out more than that? I'm sure he'd be comfortable making 160, but to dry out more than that, it's going to probably push him. That extra 3 pounds is going to be something. But I do think if he makes the weight and he rehydrates to a respectable rehydration, I guess 10 pounds over that, which would be like 167, I think he'd be good enough to go. And Conor Benn is taking a tremendous risk because, one, Kell Brook jumped up from welterweight to middleweight and fought Gennady Golovkin, right? Gennady Golovkin broke his eye out. So, you got to understand there's a reason why guys don't just jump up 2 pounds or jump up two divisions. And in a way, in a manner of speaking, he's facing a guy much bigger than him, who's got always known for his conditioning and his cardio. If there's one thing about Chris Eubank Jr., he's well conditioned. So, Conor Benn is taking on a tremendous task because Chris Eubank Jr. is so much bigger than him. And it's going to show on fight night. It's going to show on fight night. You're good for a welterweight. You know what I mean? You're good for a welterweight. You're a welterweight. You're a strong welterweight. You're not even the top welterweight in your division. I mean, Chris Eubank is not the top anything in his division either, but he's way bigger than you. He's like way bigger than you. This guy's going all the way up to 168. He's fought guys 168 pounders. You got to understand. He's fought guys that punch way harder than you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you're going to bring to the table to Chris Eubank Jr. he has not felt before. I don't care how much of a tremendous puncher you are claimed to be at welterweight. It's just not the same. So that's why Chris Eubank Jr. is looking at him as if he's food, and probably intends to walk him down because he's just Chris Eubank Jr. has way more experience than him. But it's a good fight, for the names. It's a good matchup. But I can call this fight right now. Chris Eubank Jr. is going to probably win that fight. I think Conor Benn's tough enough to make it to the finish line, but I do not think that he's going to beat Chris Eubank. There's no way in hell that's happening. No way in hell. And Chris Eubank Jr. is going to make sure that the weight is not an issue for him. And there's so much nutrition and nutritional aspects now to boxing, so that boxers can make weight. No matter how you look at this fight, it's just unfair. It's an unfair fight. No matter how you look at it, it's an unfair fight. Conor Benn is not Manny Pacquiao. He's not. But shout out to Conor Benn for taking the fight. I'm what you need. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and you can donate also via my PayPal, which I think I'm going to try and put the PayPal link. I don't know how I'm going PayPal and check because I haven't really been getting any donations towards PayPal. I've been getting donations before, but now I'm not getting any donations towards PayPal or anything. So we'll see if we can get that operational and working with you guys. I'm going to catch you guys later. I'm what you need. Peace.